How bad contractors make you lose money. Bad contractors don't have a skill to manage money. Bad contractors don't have good skills to work. Let's talk about those 2 points. Let's say you agreed, okay, you and contractor agreed a certain amount of budget. Then that is, if that's acceptable for you, that's great. But point is, if the contractor keep the budget or not, that is a big problem. Most of the contractors cannot keep the budget. And eventually, they start saying, Steve, I need more money. I need more money. And then if the project is 80% finished, 85%, 90% finished, you're going to say, oh, Mr. Contractor, you have to bring your own money to finish. This is your responsibility. They're going to do it? No, they never do it. You have to bring more money from your pocket and finish the project. If that's a portion of the profit you're expected, you're going to lose profit. Maybe you don't make any money because of the extra cost. That's a big problem. Therefore, we have to control what kind of work they did, how much they spent. If they cannot control the budget based on the work they did it, you have to control. Otherwise, you're going to lose money easily in the big rehabbing projects. In rehabbing project, there are certain steps. Okay? You're going to get the permit, you're going to demolish the house, and then you're going to install the frame, then you're going to start installing the electrical wiring, and then plumbing work, and then HVAC work. Then you're going to put a drywall, you're going to install the kitchen bath, then you're going to start painting the wall, and then finish the floor, and then you're going to finish the whole project. There are certain steps to finish the project, but each step, bad contractors cannot calculate how much they spent for how much they worked. Therefore, once you hire that kind of bad contractor, it's too late, but you have to control. Otherwise, you're going to lose big amount of money in the end. Bad contractor usually offer you a cheap price. If you get some several bids, you never take a cheapest bid. Okay. You have to understand you're going to get what you paid. Therefore, it's not necessary to get the highest bid. Okay. It's not necessary to think, okay, highest offer is the best contractor. It's not like this always, but you have to think cheapest one is not necessarily the good one. Therefore, you have to check more details, what kind of work, why they are so cheap. You have to check why they are opposite way. Okay? If that's a bid is so high, you have to check why they are so expensive. In both ways, I'm checking all kinds of details on their scope of work. But anyway, point is this. Bad contractors doesn't have a good skills. Their work is so, quality of the work is so poor. That's why eventually, usually you have to spend more money in the end to repair their work. I have a lot of experience like this, unfortunately. We finished the project. Then we put on the market. Fortunately, property was sold very quickly. And then we closed the deal. Then after a new owner moved in, water started leaking from the ceiling of the living room. I was so surprised. What happened was, water is coming in from the among the singles. They put the singles in the opposite way. Then water is coming in, okay, between the singles and coming to the ceiling and then coming to the living room. What we have to do is we took out all singles and put the new singles again for entire roof. Another time, after we sold the house, okay, owner said they didn't feel any hot air in the second floor. Inspector checked it, and then contractor did the bad work to install HVAC system. Okay, that was completely wrong installation. Therefore, we opened the entire wall from the basement to the second floor. We installed the entire HVAC system newly. That's a huge cost. That's why if you use cheaper contractor, usually there's so many mistakes after you finish the work, and then it's going to cost more. That's why you never use that kind of bad contractors. Another case, okay, this contract also offered some cheap price for rehabbing project. Then we sold the house. Then before closing, the inspector come. The inspector said, there's a very cold in the basement. We checked it. There's no insulation in the basement walls. Therefore, we opened all walls, installed insulation in the basement wall. We patched, we painted the entire wall in the basement. There's another cost. Sometimes bad contractor doesn't have a good planning in advance. Okay, once we started the rehabbing project with a certain budget, then we thought number works, but all of a sudden city requested us to install the bigger water pipe from the street. The extra $20,000. That's a huge cost. Then eat the most of the profit. When you choose the contractors, you're gonna invite 3, 4, 5 different contractors to give you a bid, give you more detailed scope of work and estimate of repairs. Then you're gonna check in details of each those scope of work and estimate by yourself. You can visit the current project to check the quality of the work or work ethics, how other people's working in the project. I'm gonna give you a very important tip to choose the good contractor or to avoid bad contractors. If some contractor says, Steve, tell me how much your budget, I can work for you within the budget. If they say like this, you should never ever accept it. Okay? Also, if some contractor says, Steve, tell me what you want me to do on this project, I can do for you. You never accept these contractors. Okay? Good contractors never say like this. They're gonna point out, Steve, look at this. This is the problem. We have to fix like this. We have to fix like this. They're gonna give you a very good suggestion. Even you know many things, but surprisingly, they're gonna suggest much more than you know. Therefore, you can choose good contractor in this way. Okay? If somebody asks you to give what you want to do, those contractors are bad contractors in many cases. There are many other reasons you lose money to use bad contractors, but these are main reasons I lost money because of those bad contractors.